Bong fart. Bong fart. Bong fart.
Now I can't not hear bong fart.
Uh-huh.
For your rousing response, friends, I express my heartfelt gratitude.
Stronghart, go out and touch grass and then touch a prison cell. Forever.
Alright, guys, fuck off. Let's go back to Japan. Let's leave this country to rot.
Also,
Kotoba, Sasato, Cosmo, let's get the fuck out of here.
do they not remember the part where he was like clapping and mocking them like a little baby?
Yeah.
Because that was such a like childish thing to do. I would not trust that man with my
Unless
with the governance.
we're about to find the crowd actually doesn't really agree with him. I'm a little miffed by this pretty quick change they just did here, but we'll see.
Therefore, in accordance with the overwhelming wishes of the court, the records shall be erased.
I'm still gonna go tell everyone.
To respect the man's ability to turn a situation to his favor.
I kind of want to start cheering Stronghart too.
Lord Stronghart really is a master of manipulation.
I'll give it to you, the master of manipulation. That was a Resident Evil joke, if you didn't know.
You've conclusively proven his guilt. Yet still he manages to evade justice. I just don't know what we can do.
I mean, Kazuma still has 2 swords. I don't fucking know.
Inosuke,
Get crazy with it, Kazuma.
Guys, just go home to your home country.
No, at this point, it's about principle. It's about principle. Fuck this guy.
At this point, I'm saying
This
fuck
guy
these
killed
white
Kazuma's
people.
dad.
I'm saying fuck these white people. I'm going back to Japan.
Looks like
Man,
the trial
white
really
people
is
be
going to come to
crazy.
an end now. I'm almost out of options, I think.
Pull the bunny ears.
Be the only one.
pull the bunny ears.
Bunny ears! Bunny
Only
ears!
one path left open to me. Yeah, I think use evidence,
Yeah,
right?
it is. It is.
It's gotta be
use
that.
It's use the rabbit.
I watch shows be like, I've been recording this and broadcasting it live on Twitch.tv.
Oh my god, that's what it is, Bridge.
I bet that is what it is. Holy shit.
I've been broadcasting this on Twitch.tv
Yeah.
/ Sherlock Holmes Plays.
Yeah, that is what it is. 100%.
Yes, as I know only too well, the only thing that carries any weight in court is hard evidence.
Is lying.
But, Mr. Naruhodo, what evidence is there to use at this stage in the trial?
I have an idea. I don't know whether anything will come of it, but there was ever a time for using this particular item we have among the evidence. It's now.
The gun! Use the gun!
I mean, it would genuinely be incredible.
It's the red wig. Let's make
Let's
our
put it on
escape.
and see if we can get away. I really hope it's this.
And then like, Strongheart's like, "Excuse me, who are you, red-headed stranger?
How did you get
don't
in
belong
here?"
here. Please allow the bailiff to escort you out."
Suddenly, every single Japanese person has a red wig on. Oh, you guys can all leave.
You don't belong here.
Just sneak
Oh
out.
my! Yes! Mr. Sholmes asked you if you had that with you earlier.
I've exposed all of Lord Strongheart's wrongdoing now. I've no doubt that Mr. Sholmes had already deduced exactly how the truth would unfold. So I think it must be time for the great detective to take center stage, don't you?
Yes, absolutely. Let's take the hair by the ears then. And he!
I'm sure the whole thing is that, yeah, like you said, he's been recording this or something, or broadcasting it. I would love the idea that Sholmes is just like in a pub somewhere and is like, what the fuck? Oh my god! I dropped the ball. I'm sorry, guys.
I forgot to push record. No.
All right, here goes.
Oh wait, I was muted.
Ow, 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 ow! My dear fellows, must I remind you every time? A gentle tug will suffice.
Mr. Sholmes!
You're looking in quite the wrong direction, Mr. Naruhodo. I'm behind you.
He is.
Because I'm over here.
Ah! Mr. Naruhodo, he's...
Oh my God!
No, they do not have holograms. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
They have holograms.
There is a suspension of disbelief I can give them, but holograms is pretty tough. It's Mr. Sholmes! Oh, come on.
What is
Shake it,
going
bake
on?
it, quick it, moving it around. I wasn't expecting you back, Sholmes. Delighted to be here again, Lord Stronghart. What is the meaning of this? Bailiff, seize him! Put that man in irons! This is a closed court. You've been warned once already, man.
He does a spin. He does his spin twitch. He's like, haha, you can't even smack my pee-pee. I'm not really here. Yes!
What the? We can't get hold of him, my lord.
Incredible! Look at the guy in the background just doing nothing, but it's like,
He's a witch! we just go right through him!
He's dancing!
I'm afraid your efforts are wasted, you see. This is the fucking, oh god, how does it go? The invincible rainbow arrow from the Eye of the Somnium
really
Files.
is, yeah.
It kind of is.
I need this to play.
I also I can't get behind this. This is actually a little stupid.
The great detective you see before you is composed entirely of light and shadow. An image, if you will.
Where is this being projected from?
I have no idea. Mr. Naruhodo, I must congratulate you on your fine deductions.
Mr. Sholmes? What on earth is...
Are you familiar, I wonder, with the invention known as the telephone?
Never heard of it.
No, not really.
Well, yes. I hear that some public telephones have been installed recently in Tokyo.
The sound of the speaker's voice is converted to an electrical signal and transmitted instantly to another place.
Nerd! Quite. Sounds are transmitted, so could not images keep them company? I mused. Iris and I did some modest experimentation to develop such a device specifically for this very day.
Modest experimentation, Mr. Sholmes. What a modest description.
And somewhat incidentally, I thought we might just as well transmit an entire scene.
Somewhat incidentally, Mr. Sholmes. Now you're just being immodest.
Do you mean to say you're not actually here, Sholmes?
Mikotopa, you can see through him. What the fuck do you think?
Ah, I knew my trusty partner would have no trouble grasping the concept.
Except he's grasping the stand to steady himself after your shock arrival.
Poor father. I would have hoped he might have been forewarned, being the great detective's great partner.
Goosey Ganderer, thank you very much for your very generous donation.
Leave my courtroom at once. Get out, or I swear to you. Dear me. You, on the other hand, Lord Stronghart, appear to have a very poor grasp of the situation. Allow me to reiterate, I am not here, which would, I hope, lead naturally to one asking, where exactly are you? The very question I was awaiting. I am at present enjoying the air in a rather splendid garden.
A garden?
Not just any garden, you understand. A garden at Buckingham Palace. Oh, is he showing this to the Queen?
Is he showing this to the goddamn Queen?
That's funny. What? You can't be. Buckingham Palace?
What? No, there's no way he wouldn't know
Ryan,
what
you dumbass.
Buckingham Palace is.
You've
Surely.
been here for like several months, right?
What's Buckingham Palace, Miss Susato? I've never heard of it.
Do you ever read the news, Mr. Naruhodo?
Hey guys, if you ever go and study abroad in a country, learn where their seat of government is.
Yeah. Mr. Sholmes, is Iris with you there?
Ah, well now. Iris is currently enjoying some tea. With Her Majesty.
Majesty?
Not just any Her Majesty, you understand. Her Majesty, the Queen of the British Empire. What?
What on earth is all of this about?
Buckingham Palace is Her Majesty the Queen's residence in London, Mr. Naruhodo.
Order! Order in the court! I demand immediate silence! Her Majesty the Queen! You can't be! I mean, no! This is some sort of unforgivable, distasteful trickery by a third-rate detective, that's all! Unforgivably distasteful trickery? What an apt description. A closed court session attended by elite members of the judiciary is a rare event. I presume that Her Majesty would be more than a little curious about the proceedings. So, I decided to show her everything, from start to finish.
Huh? You showed her?
But Sholmes, what about everything from start to Swedish? Ha-ha! Indeed. By dint of the Herlock-Sholmes remote cinematograph. We're still workshopping the title.
Near Cinematograph.
You meddling. This is some kind of nightmare. Just as I appear to be standing before you, regaling you with talk of my latest invention. No doubt you've inferred that the reverse is also true. You don't mean... Her Majesty has seen and heard every moment of the proceedings. I assumed there would be no objection. After all, every trial in this country is conducted under the auspices of Her Majesty, as you know. You... I confess, I am quite impatient to hear Her Majesty's opinion about the unforgivably distasteful trickery in which you've been engaged over the past 10 years. No! I was merely...
Oh!
Oh, so sorry to keep you all waiting. Vicky and I had so much to talk about.
Okay,
That's
really
cute.
I am on
That
a
is
fucking
cute.
first name basis with the Queen of goddamn England.
Iris, there you are.
In fact, I have a little message here from Her
I
Majesty.
do love that they were like,
Because we
listen,
didn't want to model her.
we can't model the queen because it's going to offend somebody. So let's just do this instead.
A message? Well then. Sorry, I just yoinked that from Iris. If everyone is sitting comfortably... Also, she looks pissed, like...
I know.
wanted
I
to
was
read
gonna...
it.
I was gonna read it.
No, wait,
Forthwith.
this is just loss again.
God damn it. Forthwith, and with immediate effect, all authority previously afforded to Mael Stronghart is hereby revoked forevermore.
Damn.
Damn.
Furthermore, he will be prosecuted for crimes against his country in a public trial by jury in the coming days.
And I mean that knife-wielding one will
Is
be
gonna
there.
be there.
You can bet
The
your
guy-
ass he will be there.
The guy who literally licks a knife while saying, "Eat the rich and don't trust the government," will be there. So, it seems that Her Majesty doesn't believe we need to fight fire with fire. Justice in this country needn't be administered from the shadows at all.
Mael Stronghart. The darkness you fostered to conceal your despicable actions these last 10 years is a thing of the past now. After today, your brand of law and order done has no future because you are no longer the Lord Chief Justice. In the eyes of the law and of Her Majesty the Queen, you are nothing but a criminal!
Damn. Oh, here it is.
Break the thing, break the thing.
Adjourned! 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 Court is adjourned!
Yeah.
Call it, baby! Oh,
Oh, ow.
that was awesome! Yeah!
He had to cover so much distance to fall. I think there's a big enough gap there.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
oh no.
Oh!
Oh no.
Is this how the Great London Fire starts? Oh my god!
Is he gonna get set on fire? Hold on a second.
Oh, okay, I thought he was. Oh!
Oh.
Oh! Oh!
Oh my!
That's the most ridiculously hype ending ever! Are you kidding me? What? Also, did Ryan die? That was so much fire! Oh my god! What the fuck?
Oh man!
Holy
That
shit.
was incredible!
Oh man!
What?
Alright.
Yeah, okay, so I'm not doing so hot right now.
Does anyone have some soothing aloe? Lord Clint Van Zieks left a will in which he confessed to everything. When those words came out of Asogi's mouth, it deranged me completely. I knew I must do anything and everything in my power to contain the situation. But I couldn't find the damn document. I searched his cell, but it wasn't there. Which precipitated the jailbreak plot, I presume?
What do you mean? Oh.
The need to obtain that will was all-consuming.
The only reason they tried to bust him out of jail was to be like, okay, where the fuck did you hide that will, bro? We gotta know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like he was saying, he had his one weapon.
I was sure that if I facilitated Asogi's escape, he would emerge with the will somewhere on his person. So he shot him in order to get the will. But despite searching his limp body in the cemetery that night, it still eluded me. It never even crossed my mind that it was concealed in the sword's hilt.
Alright.
What pains me now is that my brother left this world without a word to me.
I'm sorry, Lord Van Zieks.
In point of fact, I think perhaps that isn't the case.
Sorry?
How can that be?
there is more to his last will and testament.
Oh, we didn't read the backside? No way.
Also, I'll tell my brother I think he's neat, and to not ever be racist.
No.
What have I been doing with my life?
Oh,
Sorry, brother.
Sorry, brother. I messed up on that one.
What? As I confront the prospect of my demise, I feel bitter regret for my younger brother. Varric, you have always looked up to me, and now you follow in my footsteps to become a prosecutor. It is my fervent wish that my unspeakable deeds should not hinder your advancement. I ask not for understanding, for none could understand my depravity. I ask only for forgiveness.
I mean, dude, you killed one shitty noble he had killed 4 people at this point.
I mean, it's still bad, but
He was blackmailed into doing bad things, but he still did a lot of
he
bad
still
things.
did. He still
Again,
did
I
kill
would
a
have said
guy.
after the first one, I just would have said based. But it's after you manipulate for the other three for the other ones that it becomes less based.
Asogi is a fine detective, and a hunter worthy of respect. He has agreed to honor my final 2 wishes. The first is that this document survives. The second, I cannot commit to paper.
Oh, what?
I have confessed my sins to my wife. May she find resolution in my death. With my eternal gratitude to my Japanese friend, I rest my quill.
Oh shit. Say about your daughter.
Clint Van Zieks.
Nah, it's not gonna be in there. Clint.
Stop doing these whiteouts that don't result in anything besides switching perspectives.
It's the
Mael
It's the
Stronghart.
speed racer cut.
You colluded with Seishiro Jigoku in a criminal plot so immense it spanned the oceans. And you cold-heartedly murdered all those who knew the truth about what happened 10 years ago. But why did you set about that now? A whole decade later? Okay, they're gonna answer this.
Yes, this, yeah.
Well, to be honest, I kind of forgot about it.
Being Chief Justice kept me very busy.
Yeah,
I had a lot to
because
to ascend to the very peak.
he wanted to close the final loophole.
I wished to become the apex of mankind.
What?
I want to become the Apex Legend.
These last 10 years made me realize being the Lord Chief Justice wasn't enough. Short of becoming Her Majesty's Attorney General, I could have no real power to effect the changes needed in this country. And for that promotion, I needed to ensure no remnants of the past remained. How could you? I like everything to run smoothly, in the exact manner that I prescribe, like a well-oiled machine that I'm always late to. And I was just a step away. And for your ambition to succeed, did you even bother to count the number of brilliant people you had killed? No, I lost count, sorry. Ah, Mr. Reaper. Are you not forgetting something? Such as...
He better not be talking to you.
You've very much adopted your usual prosecutor-like demeanor in the proceedings now. But the reality of the situation is that you are the defendant in this trial.
Who's gonna say not guilty now that the judge has been convicted?
I think we could just go home.
However, the presiding judge would appear to have fallen from the bench, as it were.
Is he gonna... Whoa!
Yay!
He's back! Oh my god!
Oh my
Judge!
god, I'm gonna cry!
Judge jump scare!
Oh, he's back! I missed him so much! May I suggest, therefore, that we entrust the final adjudication to an old friend? I'm not that old. My lord. As a member of the judiciary, I have been following the proceedings from the gallery. And I must say, well, I fell asleep a couple times, so I'm not really fully caught up, but I'm pretty sure the guy on fire is the bad guy. I shan't ever forget the extraordinary battle between good and evil that I witnessed here today.
Yeah!
The darkness that has blighted justice in our land these past 10 years has at last been dispelled. Wait a minute, Judge. Were you also cheering Stronghart in the middle of the trial if you were watching from the gallery?
No.
What? No, of course not. I would never do that. That's ridiculous. Anyway, thanks in no small part to the efforts of a bright young star from the East. Defense Counsel Naruhodo.
Yes!
You're guilty.
My lord, what?
On behalf of everyone here present in the Old Bailey, I give you my heartfelt thanks.
You're too kind, my lord.
The first time I faced you in court, just under a year ago now, I had the faintest of intimations that if British justice, so warped and twisted over its long history, was finally to know change, this might just be the man to do it.
What?
But at the time, I wouldn't allow myself to acknowledge the possibility. I couldn't overcome my hatred of the Japanese after the circumstances of my brother's death. Mr. Naruhodo, allow me to allow me to You got this, Van Zieks. You can do this. Allow me to apologize for countless discourtesies on my part. You are a lawyer of boundless talent.
Oh, Lord Van Zieks.
I first arrived in Great Britain. I was literally a nobody. Certainly not a lawyer.
Then where's your heartless?
The truth is, my fortunes have entirely been made by the miraculous people I've met. My best friend, Cosima Asogi, who led me here to Great Britain in the first place. My loyal and ever-patient judicial assistant, Miss Susato, who helped me study to become a lawyer. The brilliant Lord Van Zieks, who never failed to challenge his Nipponese rival. Not to mention, the exceptional master of logic and reasoning, who showed me the true art of deduction, Mr. Sholmes.
Saving the best for last, Mr. Naruhodo. What a relief.
Well, I haven't mentioned Iris yet. I'm well aware.
Yeah, and I won't, and I'm not going to.
I'm well aware that without all these people's help and support, I wouldn't be where I am today. The truth is a guiding light that always leads to happiness. I've lived by that principle for a long time now. But actually, it's not true. The truth can also cause great pain. Sometimes even leave people on the brink of despair.
And for that reason, There are those who feel the need to hide the truth, who do it instinctively even.
As soon as we allow our eyes to settle on something other than the truth, the darkness takes hold. From there it grows, until eventually it makes us blind to the guiding light of the truth altogether. So that's why it's my belief. We must all resolve to never avert our eyes from what is just and true.
He said it!
So that we can continue to walk the straight and narrow path ahead.
Yeah.
He's so gonna get a kiss later. Well, I must excuse myself now. But before I go, Mr. Naruhodo, let me compliment you on your grand opus.
What?
Without your beautifully composed case against Lord Stronghart, Her Majesty would have been unable to act. Thanks to you and your fellows, the haunting undertones corrupting Britain's justice system have been silenced.
Thank you very much.
So, until our paths cross again somewhere.
Well then, it would appear that this long trial has finally come to an end.
My apologies for any anxiety caused, my lord.
I'm quite sure we shall meet again here in the courtroom before long, Prosecutor Beric van Zieks. In conclusion of these proceedings, I hereby declare the defendant, Beric van Zieks, not guilty.
Guilty of killing Genshin.
I knew it!
No, Kazuma, please! Hot milky, yes.
That is all. Court is adjourned.
Yay!
Oh, so when he says it, it happens.
Woo!
It really is all over. But did I sacrifice too much? What are you talking about, Ryan? No.
What did you
didn't sacrifice anything.
What did you sacrifice?
Yeah, nothing was sacrificed.
Mr. Naruhodo. I really must congratulate you. It was a truly splendid performance. Honestly, I couldn't be happier for you.
But did I sacrifice too much?
Thank you.
What?
Thank you very much. But I really couldn't have done it without you at my side through it all, Miss Usato.
You're damn right. And don't ever forget it.
Don't ever forget it.
Your kind words mean so much to me.
It really was a very splendid show, that, Naruhodo. I'd have thought you'd be smiling from ear to ear, but you look rather glum.
What have I sacrificed, Mikotoba?
What?
Well, of course I'm delighted about the verdict, but in exposing the truth, I'm afraid I've caused my client a great deal of pain.
Ow.
He was gonna be executed for things he didn't do, Ryan!
Yeah, and
What do
also
you want from this?
it's better than initially. It could have been really bad. Now it's only kinda bad.
Really not sure that's what a lawyer ought to be doing.
Oh, well. Oh, well, in that case, why don't you talk to him? He's right there. I'm quite sure that when you see Lord Van Zieks' smiling face, everything will seem so much better.
What does that look like?
I have never. This is my smiling face.
Thank you, video game, for
I'm-
knowing.
I'm so happy. This is the happiest I've ever been.
Unbridled joy.
Miss Susato? Everything seems worse. He has a face like thunder.
Oh dear. I really shouldn't have presumed.
Mr. Norohodo.
Yes?
Almost a year it's been now since I first encountered you here in this very courthouse. For you to have risen to the level of excellence you demonstrated today, well, it's quite remarkable.
But I exposed the most unpalpable truth you could ever have imagined in court today. I feel as though I've robbed you of something you held so dear.
Just like a Nipponese. No.
No,
Fancies.
Barrett.
Remember what we said. What was it he said? To fight those who dwell in the darkness requires at least some of us to occupy the darkness ourselves. But that was just the feeble excuse of a coward.
Damn.
I really hope he does smile.
I mean,
I think it
he
would be
has
really
had one
cute if-
smiling sprite.
Did
Just-
he?
Yeah, it's just like used so very rarely. I think they made a joke
Okay.
about it in the past.
Okay.
Only those with a steadfast eye for the truth have what it takes to fight the dark forces of crime. You made fine work of establishing that fact in court today.
Oh. Well, thank you.
What magnanimous words. I'm quite sure that Kazuma-sama would have a smile on his face at this very moment if he were here.
Where is
please
he?
don't.
Ah, damn it. I really.
Face.
I was gonna say, I wish they had cut to him
Not
too.
smiling.
Yeah.
Yeah!
Yeah. There it is.
Okay, is anyone going to smile?
Miss Susato? There's another face like thunder. There's another face like thunder here.
Oh my. And he really was here.
Lord Van Zieks. Allow me to congratulate you on your acquittal. You slime! No, Cosima, he didn't kill your dad.
Congratulate me, or curse me. You failed to bring down the Reaper.
What are you
Not
talking?
really.
Vinzix, you're not the Reaper. You know that, right?
Oh,
We
wait.
also got. We
You're
also,
right, I forgot.
We also got Stronghart, who basically was the Reaper.
Does anybody know what happened? Just like, what did we just do?
Just me? I owe you an apology.
No. It is I who should apologize. Your father, Genshin. If I had been stronger, then perhaps I made an unforgivable error of judgment. I can offer no excuse.
And I can offer no forgiveness. That said, I suppose you fought for justice and the truth. For that, at least, I can't withhold respect.
Your words mean more to me than you could know. I will hold them dear.
Kazuma-sama. If only Lord Chief Justice Stronghart could be here, I'm sure he'd have a smile on his face just to know
Why
that
would
you
he?
all are getting along.
What?
If only William Shakespeare could be here to see this. I must say, there's one thing that's still bothering me.
Who the fuck is Iris's dad?
I mean, I don't know how they're gonna
Tie
address
this
it
in.
now.
Yeah.
Just kidding, it was really John Wilson.
God damn it.
He's dead.
What's that?
The will that Lord Clint Van Zieks wrote before his duel with my father. Isogi is a fine detective and a hunter worthy of respect. He has agreed to honor my final 2 wishes. The first is that this document survives.
Oh, right.
The second, I cannot commit to paper. I have confessed my sins to my wife. May she find resolution in my death.
Also, yeah, this someone. I saw somebody in the chat pointing this out earlier. Was his wife just holding this secret the whole time?
Did we learn? I feel like we learned she passed soon
She
after
probably
this,
died
maybe?
shortly after or something. But
Yeah, I feel like we learned that. Maybe I'm just making things up because I think that's what they're going to tell us, or if we did know that, I don't know.
With my eternal gratitude to my Japanese friend, I rest my quill. Clint Van Zieks. What can the second of his final wishes have been?
That your father agreed to honor, you mean?
I think perhaps.
Swedish guy.
I might be able to shed some light on that.
What?
Father!
It was 10 years ago, as you know. The day before the execution was scheduled. I went to the prison to say my farewells to Genshin. Why aren't you putting up more of a fight, Genshin? If you'd only agree to it, Seishiro and I would gladly petition the government. We've been through this already. You don't need to worry about me. Anyway, Eugene, I have a favor to ask of you. Something of great importance. You're one of my greatest friends, Genshin. Whatever it is, consider it done.
Why do I not look any younger?
I'm going to tell you an address. I need you to go there at once, in secret, and telling no one. You should find a lady of the gentry in hiding there. A lady of the gentry? She's not in a good way, and she's with child. The birth is imminent.
Yep.
As a medical man, I'd like you to attend her. Please. You're her only hope.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
By any chance, is the child yours, Genshin? Don't be daft.
It's yours. You just forgot about it again.
Yeah, that sounds like me, not gonna lie.
It's a favor that was asked of me by a man I
Wow.
knew. As his dying wish.
You really did call it. It was Clint Van Zieks started the whole time.
Woo!
My goodness. I swore to the man that I would help. That I would do whatever I could for his wife and his unborn child. Whether something should happen to me, I need to ask you that same favor. You're the only person I know that I can truly rely on. What did you say? If something should happen to you, tomorrow night, you're going to be... You never know, though, do you? What life will bring. All right, then. Tell me the address. I promise not to go there and bang the woman and have a child with
Jesus
her.
Christ.
What did Genshin say? Or what did Mikotomo say? I missed it.
I'll head there at once with Seishiro and... No. Not with him.
He's not a doctor, he can't do shit.
Pardon? This is a favor I'm asking you. And only you, Eugene. Right. I see. Very well then. That very night I caught a train from Paddington to Dartmoor and Devon.
Paddington Bear.
Yeah, I was gonna say that sweet little corduroy bear helped me find a train. I found the old house.
He gave me a marmalade sandwich. It was quite wonderful.
I found the old house. In the middle of nowhere it was. An old hunting ground. An old hunting hound lay asleep in the grounds.
Oh, shit.
The poor woman was on the floor at the back of the darkened room. She was in mortal danger. I broke her waters to precipitate the labor before she weakened further, but it was a torturous birth. I did everything humanly possible for her and her child. And in the end, I was lucky enough to welcome a new life into the world. But tragically,
Yeah,
she
she died
had
in childbirth.
crazy pink hair. My efforts to save the mother's life were in vain.
You okay, you anime mom?
Yeah.
I held the healthy newborn girl in my arms and wept for longer than I care to remember. Eventually, in something of a daze, I looked around the room. And there was a flower! Wasn't there? There was precious little in it. But an old travel trunk caught my eye.
So I named her Travel Trunk.
But then that didn't stick.
After that, I found a flower. I found an Irish flower and said, "Okay, that's much better than Travel Trunk."
Fuck, that's good.
But I'll never forget Little Baby Travel Trunk. The stupidest named baby.
It had clearly been well looked after over the years, made of top-quality leather with fine stitching. But it was when I saw the emblem on the side of it that everything dropped into place. B for Baskerville.
Baskerville?
You mean the woman was the wife of Lord Clint Van Zieks?
That's right. The newborn was his daughter. But that makes no sense.
I'm an uncle?
Why on earth wouldn't Clint have entrusted the child to my care in that case? I was completely unaware that he even had a daughter.
I suppose he didn't really have any choice.
What?
Well, your brother said that he confessed everything to his wife. So she must have been beside herself with worry for her child. If the true identity of the professor were ever to be made public, the girl would be forever branded as the daughter of the infamous mass murderer.
So
She
the
would have
only
been the
solution.
coolest kid in school.
So the only solution was to distance the young girl from the Van Zieks family as much as possible.
I don't believe it. I imagine that in his final hour, Lord Clint Van Zieks made the obvious choice. He would have thought to himself, this Japanese man here is someone I can trust. I honored my promise to Genshin, of course. However, only a month later, I was summoned back to Japan. And without disclosing the parentage of the child, I couldn't obtain permission to take her with me.
Oh, how awful.
I was completely at a loss. In the end, I had to ask my great friend. I asked him if he would be a father to her.
That being Mr. Sholmes, I presume.
Oh God, no! Can you imagine if that guy had to raise a kid? It'd be a catastrophe. I asked literally anyone else I considered a friend.
Yes.
I asked my other friend, Barry Caden. You never asked him if he had a kid, so you didn't know.
It's true.
He took one look into my eyes and agreed to it on the spot.
Mr. Sholmes, he has a heart of gold.
Really? All that can be said that I did for the child was to give her a name.
My daddy gave me a name. Oh?
I mean, you also, birthed her and kept her alive.
Yeah, you
so-
did
Yeah,
some things.
You know what,
you
dog?
did a couple. You did a
raise her,
couple
which is
things.
by far the lion's share, but
You
But,
did
like,
you did a pretty solid job with the resources available to you.
When I'd come to Britain, I was trying to escape from the grief of losing my darling wife. So, I abandoned my daughter. So it was her name that I gave the little girl.
your wife's name, Professor Mikotaba. In other
Yes,
words,
travel trunk. Travel trunk because
The name of my mother.
my favorite arc is when Travel Trunks Mikotaba goes back in time and kills Frieza.
Is it fucking good?
That was good.
And he has Travel Trunks has a sword for a period of time, and it's really weird. I don't know why. Like, you can shoot
But it's
laser
rad,
beams.
though.
It is cool.
Everyone agrees that it's cool.
Ayame Mikotaba.
Oh, okay,
Oh.
never mind.
So, who the fuck is Iris, then? I'm really confused.
It's gonna be like Ayame can also use the katakana or
Yeah,
the
yeah.
kanji for yeah.
That's right. Ayame. Or in English, Iris.
Iris. Who do we know named Iris?
No, Iris.
That name sounds vaguely familiar.
I had no idea.
What, your mother's name was Iris?
Mr. Naruhodo, what's wrong?
This little thing just pinched on me through my trouser pocket. Hard.
Ah! Oh, my dear fellows, can you hear me?
Mr. Sholmes, is that you? Oh! Yes, we can hear you.
Doesn't feel so good, does it, asshole?
That's what he said, basically.
Yeah.
You see what excessive tugging can do? Let that be a lesson to you.
Oh, trust me, I know what
Zach
excessive
sure knows
tugging
what
can
it's having
do.
on
Yeah.
Tuesday nights. Mr. Sholmes, we weren't able to thank you properly before, but you were simply marvelous. Your checkmate move was a stroke of genius.
Indeed it was, wasn't it? I surpassed myself, I feel. It had to become apparent to me that to stop the Lord Chief injustice would require such measures.
Luna, Susie,
Oh, Iris! Oh my god, that's her name!
oh, I'm so pleased. What a wonderful outcome. Her Majesty Queen Vicky said she thought my special blend was delicious.
Oh man, the queen is fucked up right now.
I'm sure she did. After
She's
all,
currently eating so many Doritos.
after all,
And she keeps ordering her ladies in waiting to fetch her more. I've never seen so many bags.
no one
She's
brews.
demanded we invent a restaurant called Taco Bell that she can go to at 2 a.m.
She's gone completely loco with the Doritos. A Doritos loco.
Tacos.
No one brews a more delicious tea than you do, Iris.
Let's have a party to celebrate. And Mr. Reaper, you simply must come too.
What? I'm afraid I couldn't.
Stop being an Edgeworth.
The Reaper of the Bailey, flustered by a 10-year-old girl.
At your knees,
Again.
dog. Be nice.
Hey, Iris.
Oh.
Daughter Clint Van Zieks says what?
What?
Ha!
No, really? Oh, poo. Oh, bother.
Why did they spell it poo like Winnie the Pooh?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, bother.
That's how the British spell it was.
Then that means that Winnie the Pooh is actually
Named
Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the shit, yeah.
Yes, if that is... Somebody said that's how they spell it. If that's real, that is actually hilarious that they literally named him Winnie the shit.
But I give you my word that I shall present myself at your residence in the near future to express my gratitude.
Oh, how lovely.
You've promised now. I won't let you forget. Bye for now, then.
All right, Iris. Thank you for your help earlier.
Oh, this was nothing. Just come back home soon.
Oh, shitty old bear.
Oh! One final pinch goodbye, was it? Okay, so are we going to tell her about this or not?
Well, I think I ought to be leaving.
I do love the idea that at the end of the stream, or at the end of this game, we made so many jokes about them not telling about her dead dad, and we might end up not actually telling her about her dead dad.
And her dad is in
My
fact
God! Somebody tell the girl! Lord Van Zieks, would you care to accompany me into a dark alleyway?
Certainly.
Ooh.
Mr. Norohodo, allow me to again express my deep gratitude to you. I believe you saved my life.
Wait, Lord Van Zieks!
Yes?
What are you intending to do now?
Well, clearly, I shall have to resign from the prosecutor's office.
Oh no.
I intend to publicize the full truth about the Professor case. Once that's done, the Van Zieks family will be ostracized completely from London society.
Surely not.
So as soon as I am free from my employment, I shall leave the capital. Maybe take a trip to Japan.
Oh, I see.
No.
Don't be a fool!
Franziska von Karma?
Are those the actions of a man once feared as the mighty Reaper of the Bailey?
I beg your pardon.
For the past 10 years, you've endured that pseudonym and been cast as one of the dark forces yourself. Now that you've finally been freed from that disrepute, your battle is just beginning, surely.
Well, I certainly never expected to hear those words from your lips.
I mean, are you sure the dude just doesn't want to get away from the British justice system for a bit?
He's had a long
Yeah.
time, you know?
He deserves a little nap. He deserves a nap.
Uh-huh.
I think he deserves a vacation.
Mhm.
I would not ask him to go back to prosecuting right now.
I waited a very long time to come to London. Now I'm properly here. I intend to learn all that I can.
But also, aren't you still going somewhat to jail for something?
Very unclear.
That's why, you know.
Anyway,
You
I've got to
agreed
flee
to
the
be
country.
an assassin thing and threatened an inspector with a sword and.
goodbye for now. Ryunosuke Naruhodo? Come on, say the thing.
Kazuma Asogi. Seems as though he's really matured suddenly. And come back to life. And a lot of things.
He's not the only one who's matured, Mr. Naruhodo. I'm much more adult now. Well, I think we should make our way back to Baker Street.
Susato, you are always
We
always
must
the
help-
most mature of all of us.
We must help Iris with tonight's dinner.
We must! Must we?
We must.
It was then.
That cat came out from nowhere
No!
and tripped me.
I came to an important decision about my future.